Tell me something about yourself.
My name is MAYANK SINGHI. I was born and brought up in Calcutta. I did my schooling and graduation from Calcutta. My family, my dad is a businessman and also he's in Calcutta Police. My mother is a homemaker and my younger sister, she's in class 12. My hobbies include traveling, driving, playing cricket and theatres. Currently, I am pursuing PGDM from New Delhi Institute of Management in the batch 2015 and 17, and I've taken specialization in marketing and media management.
What are your strengths? Share an experience where you have demonstrated the same.
My strengths include hardworking and a team player. Hardworking, as I can say that while I was in college, I used to do an early morning college and then directly joined my internship from my college. And after working the whole day, exploring the city, I used to come back at home and take a break and then finally study overnight. So this I can say that yes, it was a tough task and I was hardworking. And for team player, I can say this as currently we did a CSR Life project from Calcutta, where I had personally arranged for the project, and with a team of 8 people from our college, with different ideas and different thoughts. I had to pull in all the ideas and selective thoughts, and then we completed the project successfully.
What are your weaknesses? How are you planning to improve upon them?
My one weakness is being overcautious. This I can say, like while I was preparing for my UPSC exams, I was overcautious about each and every part of the syllabus, which led to not clearing the attempt for my UPSC prelims exam.
Why have you chosen marketing and media combination?
Marketing and media combination I've taken because marketing leads to a vast opportunities in corporate world. It gives innumerable opportunities in the field of marketing, such as marketing research, and brand management and other opportunities. And for media, I have taken because I could easily convert it into public relations and advertisement.
Why did you choose NDIM?
NDM because of the experienced faculty as well as the great corporate in affairs.
What has NDIM given you?
NDM has given me a lot of opportunities in seminars, conferences, life projects, which has led to the growth of my personal behavior.
What What have you learned from life projects?
While the life project is still on at Blue Gate, it has taught me why trees have so many branches. I can replicate this by saying by among my colleagues and my friends to download the app. So this I can say yes, by creating a networking. Why trees have so many branches?
Are you open for transfer in any state?
Yes, I am very much open for transfer in any state, not only in India but also international. I like traveling a lot and working in a different culture and different environment. So this is a new learning. My traveling diaries include being in Pune, Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, and also internationally in Dubai.
What values would you bring to my organization and why should I hire you for SIP?
As I said, my strengths are hardworking and a team player. So I can utilize these strengths and integrate in your organization.
Describe a work related problem you had to face recently. How did you deal with it? And also describe a situation in which you were able to persuade people to successfully convince someone to see or do things.
Currently, I'm working on my life project at Blue Gap Company where I need to make people download Murmur app and persuade them to actually use it on a daily basis. As we are all aware, the technological advancement in India and the economic growth and also the digital India factor, there are so many network-based digital-based app. It makes it difficult to ask people download and persuade them to use the app. So yes, it is a problem right now currently which I am facing. And
What,
you tell me.
what was the best decision you ever made? What were the alternatives? How did you go about making that decision?
My best decision was joining New Delhi Institute of Management for my PGDM. My alternatives were Cardiff in UK, Griffith University in Australia, and Dublin Business School in Ireland, which I had chosen for my alternatives, but I ended up in New Delhi Institute of Management.
How did you go about making that decision?
Firstly, I had worked out on the pros and the cons, which are there in both the places in India and international. And then finally, I landed up in seeing the pros in India, which includes being financially stable and also the economic growth and the prospects which currently India is having.
Describe a time when you were faced with a stressful situation that demonstrated your coping skills.
Which the current situation where I can say yes, I had to cope up with the stressful situation is while I was having my end term exams for my first semester in New Delhi Institute of Management. I also had my WBCS exam, Civil Services exam. So both were almost on the same date, but then I had to study for both of them. This taught me time management, and I could actually come out in flying colors.
Give me an example of a time when you set a goal and were able to meet or achieve it.
I can quote this by saying I had a target of 70% for my first semester exams, but fortunately I ended up with 72.05 percentage. That's an achievement for me.
Give me a specific example of a time when you used good judgment and logic in solving a problem.
I can say this while I was working for Prakash Electronics Company, a retail showroom where we were working under companies like LG, Sony, Samsung. Uh, an example which I can quote right now is we had a huge tender given by the company LG, and along with other competitors, we had gone with the tender. And instantly, I had to change the quotation in 1 minute when I came to know that my competitor has given a lower tender. So instantly I did my calculations, and with the minimum profit I could achieve the target, and I successfully got the tender.
Tell me about a time when you had too many things to do and you were required to prioritize your tasks.
My CSR evaluation was due on 8th January 2016, but then due to some family urgency, I had to visit my hometown in Calcutta on the 4th of January. So on the third night, I had requested my faculty to prepone my CSR evaluation on the fourth morning, and which she allowed me. And overnight, I had made the preparations and made the presentation. On the very fourth morning, I was the first one to give the CSR evaluation, and as soon as I gave my evaluation, I departed from my hometown. After reaching hometown, I was due to many family agencies. I had to prioritize my tasks which were given to me by NDM, and also my family tasks.
Give me an example of a time when something you tried to accomplish but you failed.
This I want to say while I was preparing for my Union Public Civil Services exams for Indian Police Service. I had prepared for 1 year, which I actually wanted to become, but then after a year, after giving the exams, I couldn't achieve it. I couldn't clear it.
Give me an example when you showed initiative and took the lead.
Recently in NDM, Durga Puja was never celebrated in NDM, but then as I belong to Calcutta, I thought this was a time that I should take an initiative and bring in a new festival in NDM history. So after 18 years of it was a history. In 18 years, no one took the initiative of celebrating Durga Puja, but then I took the initiative along with my friends, and then finally we could celebrate Durga Puja, and it was a successful event.
Give me an example of a time when you have motivated others.
In the year 2014, I was due for my UPSC exams along with many of my friends. Many of us didn't clear. Even I didn't clear. Even my friend didn't clear. So then my friend was very depressed and felt low about this, and he wanted to give up and his studies and start working somewhere wherever he gets a job. But then I motivated him and made him to work to start preparing for MAT and CAT, and which he finally did, and he was able to join a good MBA college, and now we both are studying for PGDU.